Your turn, honey.
In the one place in America.
Your turn, honey.
In the one place in America where women still have a right to choose. You can vote any way you want. And no one will ever know.
Did you make the right choice?
Sure did, honey.
Remember, what happens in the booth stays in the booth. Vote Harris Walls. Vote Common Good is responsible for the contents of this ad.
See, that's some crazy shit right there. But look. I'm about to blink out a little bit. Women complaining about the weakness of men and how much we not leveling up or we not being providers and all that stuff like that. It's because we gave too much latitude to women. Tell you the honest God truth. You cannot have a man and a woman taking the position of evaluation. There's no equal to pretty much warfare of living. Somebody has to take a supportive role. And if you got two people saying, well, I'm not going to be supportive role, I'm driving to this goal and to this accomplishment and to this career, and you got other person saying, I'm driving to this company's career, who's doing the support? Who's being there for when a person gets to a certain part of the goal and they need an extra hand up? They need an extra push up. Who's there to be in a supportive role? Now, women say, well, I can make it on my own and I can make my own money and I can do all this other stuff. Okay, do that then. What are you complaining about a man taking care of you for? You get what I'm saying? And then if you're lucky enough to get into a relationship where there's a marriage, where now you decided to take the vows. Through sickness, through health, for richer and for poor, to death do us part, and that you are a helpmeet. Because you're taking a vow that's under God. That's what the vows are for. That's who you're communicating. That's who you're taking the vows of union for. So that means you're going to follow his psychosis of what is a union. And that means that a woman is a man's helpmeet. That's because you're going by the good book and you're going by Christian religion. If you're not doing that, then it's a whole nother situation. But if you got proposed, if you're taking all the vows and you're doing the wedding ceremony and all that stuff under the eyes of God and Christianity, then you decided to abide by the good book. And the good book says that you are your man's helpmeet. That means that your life is with the value of him and what he needs to get done. You don't want to do that? Don't get married. And that's what women have decided for the last 40 and 50 years to do. So now we have our politicians and our celebrities, because Julia Roberts, she part of that crappy ass video. You have and it was Michelle Obama, Julia Roberts, and Harris, Kamala Harris behind that video. And they're telling you to be totally disobedient to the structure and the outcome of your household. Call it vote common. What do they call that? I can't remember what the name of it. Vote common good. Fuck common good. You vote common sense. And the common sense is you don't fucking vote for some two to three mental ill bitches out there. Michelle Obama, Kamala Harris, and Julia Roberts. Women that got major mental illness. This speech that Michelle Obama is because you guys don't know how to evaluate mental illness, you don't even like judge her as she's been a mental ill person. This is a mental ill speech.
I want to think about who do you think possibly would care more about our reproductive health? At it.
She called doing her snot crying bullshit. This is a fucked up woman.
I want to think about who do you think possibly would care more.
And don't criticize me for judging her like this. She put herself out there like that. And then the stuff that she said is so bad that to not even communicate, because most people listen to that speech and they probably thought it was good, and it was good. This is a psychological illness. And she's trying to pass it to you as if you don't know that it's mental illness and that you can evaluate that she has a mental illness.
About our reproductive health. And I just want to take a moment with this particular question, because there is so much that gets lost in the conversation about women's reproductive rights. And
we ain't got lost in it, you stupid bitch. 26 million black kids got aborted. Okay? Y'all been having a good time. Y'all been having a really good time. Y'all been doing it your way, how you like it, how you want to do it. And y'all evaluate relationships in the traditional value of relationships. You guys have set the tone to how it's gonna be in society, and we went along with it. We love our mothers, we love our sisters, we love our aunties, we love our female friends, our partners, our wives, or whatever. We love y'all so much that we was not gonna be here and be a pig and a chauvinist pig and have masculinity and be misogynist about what you guys wanted to do. So what we did was, if it was even to subdue ourselves, to dilute our value, to actually lower the value of our abilities, we decided we got to do it to make you guys happy and elevate whatever cause you guys are going for. We decided to do that for the last 40, 50 years. You know what we got for it? You a scrub. You sassy. You a weak beta. I want an alpha man. All men are alphas. They can put you in your place like this. It's innately in us to do that, to dominate you. You'll be an ant in comparison to a man. Every woman. We don't do that because we agreed with you women. We decided that, okay, if you feel like women were taken advantage of, or that we didn't allow you guys to have a voice and we didn't let you have autonomy over your body, if we tried to stop your growth or how you see that you can be captain of the industry or whatever you decided that you wanted to do, because men went to war in World War II and women had to take the place of men in the workforce and everything. Women kind of looked at it as, oh, we could do this. We can actually do work. We can actually run the whole country. We can actually be the economical structure of this country, because our men are getting their head blown off and they dying in war. But thank God that happened to them, because it showed that we got power to run this country. And then that's what happened. It snowballed into the feminist movement, all the way to the women autonomy, all the way to unlimited abortion galore. And we got a bunch of women now in 2024 with mental illness, doing depression pills. They hate their life, self-sabotaging the real thing that they would have wanted for their life. And then when they get in their 40s and their 50s and they wonder, what the hell did I let my life turn into? And what y'all do, y'all turn to men. You should have dominated me. You should have stopped me from having it my way. You should have not been so supportive of my ideology. And that's what women are tripping about now. Now, we got an election and you got stupid ass women making videos to go down a rabbit hole. For what? For what? So you can have an abortion? Oh, so we can make the decision to have an abortion. You too dumb to make any decisions. Number one decision you make, close your goddamn legs until you get married. No, you don't want to do that. Oh, you want to be discriminate. Who does that value when you say, oh, I want to have a good sexual encounter with this man? Oh, he looks so good, I want to have sex with him. Who do you think that benefit? You or the man? You think you having a one-night stand? No. You getting more psychological illness. That man, he just seen it as a nut. It's the likelihood that a man sees every sexual engagement as a nut or falling in love or having some psychological connection with the person, it's very slim. It's innately in us to spread our seed far and wide. We're so disciplined and we're so neutered that we would never do that. We would never. Most of us, we're in a monogamous relationship, or we're in some, even if we even have a girl on the side, it's something that's like, we don't even know how to break it off. We try to have the more the merrier for long-term purposes. It's crazy how men think, how it goes. It's like, but innately in us is the Alexander syndrome. Conquer, spread your seed far and wide, and dominate. That's innately in us, and we're so neutered that most of us are sticking with one woman. We're happy to have her. We're happy to have her. We don't want to sabotage that. We don't want to destroy that. Men, we really love. Women, they love under conditions. Is this okay for me? Are you making my life harder, or am I having a more sad life being with your ass? And that's what the conditions of. But it's for richer or for poor. That means if your man was to lose everything, if he was to be financially hindered where he couldn't take care of everything, would you support where he's trying to go, what he's trying to do, what the actual mandate that he has for the family? Would you support it 100%? Because he's giving 100% to you. Everything he does is does it for you and the family and whatever, or the perception of the future that he's trying to build. So will you give 100% to him? Meaning everything. There's no conditions. No. And then now you took a vow in a marriage and you're telling women to go vote against their household? Oh, listen, for a man, whatever financial issue going on in the economy, let him work that out. This is my first woman president I could vote for, that I want to vote for, that's on the ballot, and she could actually become the first woman president. I don't care about our life. I don't care about us living. I don't care about our economic situation. You better work it. You better go out there and make that money. You better make sure that I'm good, that I don't got to worry about consequences of voting wrong. I'm going to vote for the common good. Common good, these bitches is crazy. They're for women to do abortions like they're M&Ms. You could take birth control pills. You could take the morning after pill. That stops catastrophic stuff from happening. Okay? But women wait all the way to 8 months, 10 months, 12 months, 15 months, 21 months. And then they decide, oh, I don't want this baby because he can't level up. I can't trust him to take care of the family. So I can't get abortion after 6 weeks in Atlanta. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna drive to North Carolina. Hey, I'm here to get this abortion. I got twins in me. Oh, I'm gonna get this abortion. Okay, now that I'm gonna get this abortion. Oh, I came to the clinic too late in North Carolina. Okay, the nurse gave me 2 pills to take after 12 to 15 weeks of pregnancy. I'm gonna take these 2 pills and I'm gonna take a pill and I got these dead bodies now inside my body and they making my system, my immune system really bad. It's really something going on. Oh, this ain't right. Oh my. I'm sick, throwing up, vomiting, about to die and stuff. Get to the hospital. They trying to figure out what's wrong with the girl. They so stupid. They not seeing that she's sepsis. And by ignoring the sepsis and treating it too late, the girl dies. What and why? Why? Not because the twins were unhealthy. Because I don't want to have the twins. After 6 weeks, I decided, nope, I don't want these twins. You tell me I got twins in me? Hell no. I ain't even with the man. I don't want these twins. Well, go do a proper abortion. Sleep in your car. Wait till the actual clinic open up the next day if you gotta do that. Don't take a pill and let 2 organisms die inside your body and give you sepsis where now you're in the probability of black women dying. And these bitches are advocating for women to make that decision, to think that that's an option. So women are dying. Because the ideology of mental ill black women. It's crazy. And who in the mental illness and the vice and the abortion rights and my reproductive rights, who you think gave y'all reproductive rights? Who you think advocated for you to have the choice of abortion and all that other stuff? Huh? This is your hero.
As founder of the American Birth Control League, which later became Planned Parenthood, Margaret Sanger was no doubt a controversial figure with disturbing views on eugenics, race, and population control. While some argue she even wanted to exterminate the black race, others are trying to erase that part of her past.
The Mike Wallace Interview.
In the eyes of some, Margaret Sanger has been a heroine. In the eyes of others, she's been a destructive force.
In her own words, Sanger pushed for a society that limited births to those she deemed fit to have children.
Well, I think the greatest sin in the world is bringing children into the world that have disease from their parents, that have no chance in the world to be a human being, practically. Delinquents, prisoners, all sorts of things just marked when they're born.
In 1916, Sanger opened the country's first birth control clinic.
Margaret.
And if that was hard for you to understand, she's saying that the reason why she created abortions and reproductive facilities, because she's the one who created Planned Parenthood. The reason why she did it is because people she felt that ain't supposed to be here. They're bane on society. They waste of life. They're not even supposed to be here. Okay? It's ridiculous.
Sanger has been a heroine. In the eyes of others, she's been a destructive force.
Listen to it again because you're so
In her
dumb.
own words, Sanger pushed for a society that limited births to those she deemed fit to have children.
I think the greatest sin in the world is bringing children into the world that have disease from their parents, that have no chance in the world to be a human being, practically. Delinquents, prisoners, all sorts of things just mocked when they're born.
In 1916, Sanger opened the country's first birth control clinic. As a member of the American Eugenics Society, she advocated improving the genetic composition of humans through controlled reproduction of different races and classes. She often wrote about the issue in the journal she founded, called the Birth Control Review. In 1919, writing,
I personally believe in the sterilization of the feeble-minded, the insane, and the syphilitic. The most urgent problem today is how to limit and discourage the over-fertility of the mentally and physically defective.
Meaning that but you got to remember this in her previous stuff she said, she's saying who she thinks is mentally defective and physically defective, and the over fertility of people that she feels is not supposed to be here and people that's not supposed to be here. And this goes to the black community.
Many point to a 1923 New York Times interview as proof of Sanger's racist motives, in which she referred to people as weeds, saying,
It means the release and cultivation of the better racial elements in our society and the gradual suppression, elimination, and eventual extirpation of defective stocks, those human weeds which threaten the blooming of the finest flowers of American civilization.
Hayden Ludwig, an investigative researcher, has extensively studied Sanger's life and writings.
She talked about the need for race betterment through controlling these weeds, basically undesirable people.
In 1939, after opening another clinic in Harlem, the birth control activist launched the Negro Project, an initiative supported by black leaders, such as civil rights activist W.E.B. Du Bois. Critics claim the program used the pretense of better health and family planning for poor blacks in the South as an attempt to limit the black race. Ludwig says some on the left grapple with Sanger's past and how to interpret her legacy.
They know when she writes about human weeds, they know that it's repulsive. They know it's disgusting. The left will never abandon Margaret Sanger because if they do, she's the foundation of so many of their views.
Sanger once shared her vision for a preferred race at a women's branch of the Ku Klux Klan, writing in her autobiography,
Always, to me, any aroused group was a good group.
Despite those views, liberals praise Sanger's work while ignoring her history.
I admire Margaret Sanger enormously. Her courage, her tenacity, her vision. I am really in awe of her.
Ryan Baumberger, founder of the Radiance Foundation, says abortion proponents are working to clean up Sanger's past and what she stood for.
They have to reinvent her every time they talk about her in order to justify their celebration of her.
Former Planned Parenthood Director Abby Johnson says those inside the abortion industry are trained to overlook Sanger's racist views.
They give you an answer like, well, I mean, yes, Margaret Sanger was a racist, but everybody was a racist back then. You accept it because she is your hero. And she has to be your hero. You cannot question Planned Parenthood.
In 1997, Stephen Mosher of the Population Research Institute wrote about the push to repackage Margaret Sanger in the Wall Street Journal.
The reason I call it the repackaging of Margaret Sanger is because after the Nazi regime destroyed the legitimacy of eugenics forever, they then went back and said, oh, she was just an early feminist. She was just an early supporter of family planning. No, she wasn't. Now, she was a supporter of giving IQ tests to people. She was in favor of using those IQ tests to determine who should be sterilized and who should have children.
In a response titled The Demonization of Margaret Sanger, Alexander Sanger, her grandson and president of Planned Parenthood at the time, called Mosher's editorial unfair. In the same piece, Esther Katz, director of NYU's Margaret Sanger Papers Project, claimed evidence revealing Sanger did not rationalize her support for birth control on racist grounds, that she never advocated genocidal policies aimed at racial, ethnic, or religious groups, and that she, in fact, believed access to birth control would benefit, not eliminate minority populations. Dr. Katz turned down our request for an interview, although in this article, the editor as public authority, interpreting Margaret Sanger, she wrote, "By our current highly sensitized standards, some of her attitudes and statements can be construed as racist, elitist, ethnocentric, and not politically correct." In 1942,
that's what the lady that called herself supposed to be like trying to give a good thing. She even had to say, you know what? Yeah, today's standard, that would be racist and it would be politically incorrect, and that she would be pretty horrible. But come on, people, it's exactly, look, this is where they get their teaching from. They don't even know that this is the teaching that Michelle Obama's going by, but she's a stupid boy. I wanted to say the C word. I'm trying to hold back here. I already called them the B word, but I'm trying to hold back and not call them the C word, which I really do.
I want the men in many clinics without enough doctors to meet demand, closing their doors, leaving untold numbers of women in communities throughout this country without a place to go for basic gynecological care, which in turn will leave millions of us.
And y'all know that's not happening. This is ridiculous. This is gaslighting. You get what I'm saying?
At risk of undiagnosed medical issues like cervical and uterine cancers. This is real. So do you...
Boy, I'm so pissed about this fake ass crime. Nobody, y'all all be knowing that y'all got that stuff. And y'all all know it in time because of OBGYNs. And how much y'all going to them. This ain't got nothing to do with abortions. Unlimited. It's ridiculous. Straw man.
Do you think Donald Trump is thinking about the consequences for the...
No, we don't want to think about y'all abortion rights. We don't give a shit how much abortions y'all have. Y'all do us a favor. We don't have to stay with you. We don't have to build no family with mentally ill people. If you say, "Oh, I want an abortion," go have a good goddamn time. You helping me. You giving me a way out. The average man, if he finds out that his woman, that his girlfriend, that a girl that he's messing around with is pregnant, the average man, I'm talking about the majority of the men, not the 1% that might leave you scrubbing and fighting, fending for yourself. That's not the majority. Those are anomaly situations because you messing around with a guy that's not, Papa was a Rolling Stone, or he already got a family and you were just his side piece, and you dealing with that situation. That's what happens to most women. Most women mess around in a one-night stand in situations like that. But most men, they want their baby. They want to even have a chance of birthing a child into this world. And if they not really bringing home the bacon and they not leveling up, when they got a kid on the way, they not going to let their kid suffer. They will level up. They will level up. But women, they decide, well, I don't want to be stumped. I don't want to be staying at home. I don't want to be like a housewife. I don't want to be like my life be over because now I got to give my life to this kid. And you guys deciding to do all these abortion stuff. We don't give a shit. Have fun. Have fun. Have fun. The only reason why Trump brought it back to the states is because that's too much power in the hands of the government. You got 350 million people in this country. They need to have a voice. And if they support unlimited abortion, if they support it for 6 weeks, if they support it for 15 weeks, if they support it for 21 weeks, we let women have 40 years of this. We let y'all do whatever y'all want, have as much abortions as y'all want as possible. 44 million abortions and that's what they can actually count, was had since the 1970s. 26 million of those abortions was from black women. We let y'all do whatever y'all want. Y'all been having a good time with this stuff, and y'all pissed about it now. You're judging men. You're getting more divorces and all that stuff. Why? Because we let y'all have a voice. Let y'all run around, and we trying to cater to your needs and make our woman happy and all that stuff. And what did that get us? You a scrub, you weak, you a beta, you need to level up, blah, 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 blah. Bye. So go. So now you're telling me that you think that men are not trying to have the most, like, that's the baby boomers and the Generation X that actually kind of had to deal with, like, the consequences of letting a woman have a baby, or her passive aggressiveness and anger because she had the baby, and that she had raised kids, and she felt like she threw her whole life away for the family, and now she want to try to figure out how she can have a little bit of her life back and stuff like that. Those are the baby boomers and Generation X that's going through that. You know what the millennials and the Generation Z going through? They not even having them. They not even getting into the relationships. They like, no way, please go have an abortion. Please. So all this bullshit she telling y'all, and I'm going to play this out because I want you to see the psychological illness of this stupid ass woman. She's like, and if I'm calling her stupid, I know she's a highly intelligent woman. She went to Stanford. But if she's speaking like this for you, if this is her when she's not even trying to calculate how she sound and the psychological analyzation of how she sound and what she's communicating, she's doing this from her heart. This is her passion. This is her ideology. And her ideology has no connection to her mental faculties, to her intelligence. This is all emotion that she's doing. So she's giving us a look inside her psychological mental illness, the flaws of her thinking. This is what this is. And I don't think people are looking at this speech like that, but you should. You should. Be a grown-up. I know I'm saying some horrible stuff, but be a grown-up.
For the millions of women who will be living in medical deserts, does anyone think he has the emotional maturity and foresight to come up with a plan to protect us? Y'all, we are teetering on the edge. Even before these state bans, America was already lagging behind every other wealthy nation on measures like maternal mortality and paid leave. So we could be right back to the days before Roe, which many young people here don't even remember.
That's what your dumb ass need, to be back to the previous days of Roe, because y'all out of control, man. Y'all out of control in the mindset. Y'all out of control that. And y'all hate it. Y'all hate the freedom and the actual, the independence that women have. Look what y'all doing to relationships. Look what y'all doing to marriages. Look what y'all doing to birth rates. Women are doing this. Y'all hate the freedoms y'all got. The autonomy over your body you got. Y'all act like your women ain't having a good time using abortions. It's crazy. Crazy. And keep in mind, that's 44 million abortions that were had in a clinic that needed to be extracted. Not the pills, not the morning after pills, not the birth control pills. Those are a ton more, millions of more. And women hate, they really hate men for allowing them to have this much freedom over themselves. Not being dominant and captain of their relationships. Women really, really hate men for this. Stop listening to all this red pill about relationship stuff and all this manosphere stuff and all this bullshit level up conversations. I'm telling y'all the truth right now. The end results of it, if you give a hypothesis of the last 40 years and all the shit that women ask for and the freedom that they ask for, they hate it. They are pissed about it. They hate that they gotta be captains and they gotta be dominant and they gotta help us out. They gotta be the one that all that working and going to college and magnifying themselves and leveling themselves up and all that stuff. Now they're supporting men. They hate it. But how you gonna have two drivers driving one car? That's what a household is. That's what a marriage is. That's what relationships are. How you gonna have two drivers fighting and being stubborn that they're the driver? No, I'm the driver. I'm the driver. I'm a driver. I'm a driver. You're gonna have a combustion, a separation, a divide. That's what we got. So I keep saying, y'all, this election is about men versus women. I feel that it's the only way men win is if it's a lot of women out there in realization, in common sense, and they saying, nah, this is stupid. I don't like all this. I don't like all this working and this, that men are not taking control. We need to build a culture that men take back in control of their families and their households and their relationships. If there's a lot of women, most women, and I'm seeing some women that women don't know that's really actually going in that booth voting for Trump. And if they because obviously there's a lot of cheating going on, and people are voting for Trump, but there's a lot of cheating going on. It's already out there. Y'all watching, and 9 different ballot boxes in the same area get burnt, and they put like Hamas tags on it to let you know they're liberals, and they're like these progressive people that's been doing these protests in New York and all that stuff. That's who's doing all the burning up these ballot boxes and stuff. That's tens of thousands of votes. I watched Brett Breyer on Fox News actually have an interview with the CEIS or whoever the hell they are, but they pretty much the government people that's watching over like the stability of the actual election. And boy, she was lying her ass off, and he was not communicating factual evidence that's out there because his producers and his management and the upper tiers of Fox News say don't talk about the burning black ballot boxes. We don't want to be advocating for a crooked election or disenfranchisement of the election if we start talking about all the different like illegal violations as are going on with the ballot boxes and the early votes and all that stuff like that. We don't, even though we got factual evidence and these are actual situations that are being investigated and still dealt with by the city and the state and the law enforcement, we're not even going to talk about it. That's what's going on right now before the election. This is a crooked election already. Only way Trump wins if he got overwhelming votes. And the only way he gonna get that is he gotta have an overwhelming amount of women voting that most women don't know. Women that they know are voting for Trump. Okay? But back to the conversation, I'll get back to it, of with that commercial that I played in the beginning of a woman going to the booth. Her husband want her to vote Trump. Hey, this household vote Trump. We need our money. We need to level up. We need our money, our cash flow. Right? We've been going through a hard time. It's been financially hard for me. And the policies that he has make my money go up. That means that we get to go more vacations. We get to have a better financial living in our life. We won't have to struggle so much. Vote how I want you to vote because it's for the best interest of our household. And you got Kamala, Michelle Obama, Julia Roberts coming together doing the ads to say, ignore your man, lie to him. No one's gonna know. That's a culture of ultimate divide. Ultimate divide. If you know your husband is supporting Trump and he wants him to win, and you go in there into opposition against him, And he ain't voting for Trump because he's some fan of Trump. He voting for Trump because that's economically feasible for what he's trying to have. He's trying to get some financial relief. It's hard on us right now. This is crazy. We got to do 10 times much more to make our money work for us than we did 4 years ago. This is crazy, man. And then that's the narrative we got out here. So let's get back to her mental illness and let's wrap this up.
The days when abortion wasn't as safe as it is today. The days when the number of mothers of color dying in childbirth was 30 to 40% higher than when it was under Roe. So to the men who love us, let me just try to paint a picture of what it will feel like if America, the wealthiest nation on earth, keeps revoking basic care from its women.
Y'all gonna keep your fucking legs closed. You're gonna go back to some kind of where your father, your brother, the people the men that loves you, and they know who to give you to, what other man to give you to that may be more suitable for what they feel that's best for you, and what you, when you in your 40s or your 50s or your 60s, felt like, wow, I wish my father, I wish my brother helped me pick the better man. We're going to go back to that situation where you're going to get like courted, professionally and with honor and integrity better. That's what you're going to go to. That's the worst case scenario. You're not going to just do free spirited sex. Yes, you're going to actually enjoy your first encounter with your husband, and then the first one will be weird, and then the second one will be more better, and then it'll be better, and then you'll enjoy just that interaction and what you guys share alone, and that you don't have about 40 men, 25 to 40, because that's what they say, 25 to 40 men that you kind of are comparing him to. Okay, that's the worst case scenario of if abortions get clamped down a little bit more. You know, which every single state has 6 weeks or more, okay? 6 weeks or more. There's no such thing of a state in America not having 6 weeks or more. It's written into the state's constitution. They can't take it away. And it got nothing to do with the federal government and nothing. Once the states have decided a law that the people have agreed to and that they written into the state's constitution, there's no federal law that can be put onto the actual state that the state has to abide by. Okay? That's how this works. But they know y'all dumb. They know you're so stupid. They know you're so mentally ill. They know that y'all psychologically fucked up. And that's why they keep talking about this stupid shit like this. And she keep talking stuff and triggering you guys. Just triggering you.
And how it will affect every single woman in your life. Your girlfriend could be the one in legal jeopardy if she needs a pill from...
No, she won't. No, she won't. No, she won't. No, she won't. Why? Because if she wants to have an abortion, you get what I'm saying? You know, you make sure she go do whatever she want to do. Okay? Now, if it's a marriage and it's a deep relationship, deep girlfriend and stuff where if she has an abortion, she needs to be running that shit by me, then she's going to just do the situation that needs. If I want the baby and we're in a relationship, if she want to keep the relationship going, you can have the baby. Okay? If you don't want to have the baby and you want to get rid of the baby, go have an abortion. But now I go get a woman that want to have a baby. That's how that works. It's like y'all, nobody's gonna stop y'all from having abortions and being mentally ill women like you guys are right now. I'm telling you what women are saying. They do not like that we gave women so much rope. That men have gave women so much freedom and rope. You got this bitch, had 2 kids. Great husband, great family, accomplished great things and had great assistance in life and a great strategic goal that they went for and accomplished it. And she's telling you to be a broken, degenerate, delinquent retarded ass woman with mentally fucked because of you having abortion after abortion after abortion pills, messing up your chemicals of your body and all this other stuff. She's telling you to fuck your life up because I can advocate for you. I'm a 60-year-old dried up woman, and I got kids, and they gonna have kids, and I may look healthy and look good, but my vagina doesn't work so well, so I hate this. So I want all young girls to be like me, dried up, useless, and men do not desire them. Please, be like me. That's what she's telling y'all to do. Oh yeah, this is a bulldog episode. Why? Because they called this out. Y'all called us out. Men, we do not want to have conversations about your fucking reproductive rights. We don't. But y'all keep interjecting us into this shit. You keep bullheading us into this conversation. And now you got a video saying if you are a respectable woman to your man, be disobedient to him because of Kamala. Go against what's best for your household and your interests for Kamala. Hey, just tell me, how has it been in 40, 50 years of women running things? Because that's who's running all this shit. We got more judges. We got more prosecutors. Majority of our judges and our prosecutors are women, and they doing wild stuff. Prosecutors in LA, women. Prosecutors in New York, women. Prosecutors in Florida, women. You know what I'm saying? So when you do your research, the most biggest populations and the most active populations and stuff, you'll see that women been the prosecutors. And what has that been for our culture, y'all? What has that been? How much damage is women being in control doing to our society? And men, in order to get the woman vote, because they're the majority of the voters in the country, men are actually placating to women in the policies that they are favoring. What has that done to our society? Do you like it? I know y'all don't. I already know the answer to it. I know y'all don't. You don't like how we gave so much latitude to you ladies. Make you, hey, so what do you think about this? What do you think about this? One thing we have found out about women is they don't even want you to let them have the decision
out of state or overseas, or if she has to travel across state lines.
Sorry about that. Women don't even want you to ask them to, if you take them to a restaurant or you guys going out to dinner, and if you say, if she says, okay, where we going, or where you want to go, well, they want you to know where they're going for dinner, and all they got to do is dress up and get in the car, and you take them there. That's how they want. That's what they call a real man and a real relationship, and it tells them a lot about the dominance and what the outcome of the relationship going to be if you do that. If you where you want to go, baby? Where you want to go? They start building passive aggressive behavior against you. Do you understand that? So even when they decide where they're going to go to dinner at and what they're going to eat or what you want to eat, and even in your household, they actually rather you tell them what to make. That you say, hey, have some steak and such ready for me when I get home. Hey, baby, it'd be good if I had some meatloaf today. That's how they want you to be. This is what's coming out in the data for the last 40, 50 years. Women hate that men let them have so much control over their own lives. Women want men to take control of their households, take control of capital industry, take control of the world again, be men. That's what women are saying. But this lady, she don't care about your life. She don't care about your relationship. She don't care about how things come out. Just lie to your husband and vote for Kamala. Well, even if she does that, she's doing what you want her to do. She ain't even still doing what is her best interest. She's not doing what she thinks is the right thing to do. If she used common sense and she looked at the pros and cons of stuff, she knows she got to vote for Trump. There's women creating investigations and prosecutions to label him as a essay or that he sexually assaulted somebody. That's women putting that in play, powerful women that putting that in play. And it's an all lie, and it's 40 years old, and there's no way to find out if it ever happened. The facts show it didn't happen. So he got to adjudicate that all the way up to the Supreme Court to get his name back. He went 40 years without any women going to do any police report on him or anything like that. And he got this decrepit old dried up hag accusing him of like sexually assaulting her 30, 40 years ago. And we going to slap him with that, and that's going to be the judgment of women not to vote for him. I could go through all the other cases. They always talk about this Central Park 5. The Central Park 5 main investigators were black. And to this day, that man still think that they was involved with that lady's situation. Now, I could pull that up, but I don't. We're not gonna do it right now. I'm gonna do a separate episode for that because we'll clear this up. Sad part about it is all this stuff, y'all. You don't got the true context of it. They know that you're not gonna read. You're not gonna go do your research. They're not gonna find out what the truth of the matter is. But look. Trump been investigated by the FBI, the CIA, the DOJ, New York DA, everybody for the last 40 years. But boy, in the last 10 years, they spent hundreds of millions of dollars to put this man in jail. They had to create laws in 2022 in order to find something to prosecute him on. No one would have thought Trump would have been so clean. I'm like, okay, some things could be construed as a little bit more dogmatic business tactics. Nope. He was clean on everything. They had to create stuff in 2022 in order to prosecute him. That's how clean he is. If we were to gut Denzel Washington, go in his life, dissect him, if you were to do it to Tyler Perry, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, all y'all favorite movie stars, Leonardo DiCaprio. If you were to do it to 50 Cent, you would go through everybody's life with the investigations that Trump had in it. They'll be criminal like hell, or you'll find something that's they are guilty on. You wouldn't even need to create no laws for it. They had to create laws and statutes in order to investigate Trump and prosecute him in 2022. That's how clean he was. So all this stuff they saying, they just know y'all not gonna do y'all research. Y'all not gonna be intelligent about this. Let me let this idiot talk for 8 more minutes.
From out of state or overseas, or if she has to travel across state lines because the local clinic closed up. Your wife or mother could be the ones at higher risk of dying from
And she's talking about the girl that I told you about. And I gave you an example out about having twins in her, and she took a pill and let her. That actually was a real person. But I ain't trying to give the name out, but that's pretty fucking crazy. To let 2 dead bodies sit in your body, and now you waiting for it to pass through your system. They're twins, and you're over 6 weeks of pregnancy. That ain't gonna be pretty.
Diagnosed cervical cancer because they have no access to regular gynecological care. Your daughter could be the one to.
Your daughter. Well, you got a messy daughter, and you need to, get a little bit more command of that. And it means you were a bad father, and your wife was pretty messy because she's supposed to kind of tell the daughter some really detailed stuff to make sure she don't get in this situation.
terrified to call the doctor if she's bleeding during
That's
an
another
unexpected pregnancy.
Yeah.
Your need.
There's no such thing of an unexpected pregnancy. You have sex before marriage. You have sex with a person that don't have a condom on. The high probabilities of you getting pregnant is 100%. 100%. There's no unsuspected pregnancies. None. Zero. Stop. If you have sex with another person, I don't care if you're wearing a condom or whatever, birth control pill, don't care. If you have sex with another human being, you have 100% probability of getting pregnant. There's no such thing of an unexpected pregnancy. You dumb fucking idiot. This lady is dumb. This is why you should not listen to her. Be logical. Yeah, see, women don't have what men have. We have logic, and we can actually communicate logic. It's brutal, but it is logical. And I'm going to put this in evidence. I'm going to put this in historical value in my podcast. I may not get viewers. I might get flagged for this. I might get a lot of issues that might pop up with me communicating with this, even in my own personal life. But I don't give a shit. This may help some girls down to 10 years, 20 years from now to stop thinking like idiots like this and destroying your life and the way you think and the way you move because you got this dried up ass woman trying to tell you, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. And we're gonna give you unlimited abortion rights, unlimited abortion possibility. Every single state has 6 weeks or more that you get abortion. So that means if you miss your period, you got 2 weeks to know if you really missed your period. Okay? So obviously it's the 4th week. Then it's the 5th week. And then it's the 6th week. If you don't know, holy shit, I might be pregnant by the 6th week, you out of control. You out of control. But most, it's 6 weeks, 15 weeks, 21 weeks. Okay? And the other states are 9 months that you can actually get it all the way up to. Absolutely. We got 11 states that let you do it all the way up to the 9th month. So this is ridiculous. What are we talking about here?
Niece could be the one miscarrying in her bathtub after the hospital turned her away. And this will...
No such thing of no hospital turn her away. That's a lie. That's medical malpractice. You can own the fucking hospital if they do that. That's the number one thing they say don't do. Nurses have to actually take in the patient that's having an illness, and they have to check. The doctors have to check her. The doctor have to communicate. What's the situation here? Oh, I had a baby in me for 7 weeks, 8 weeks, and I took a pill, and it's not going so good for my system. Why? Because I got a dead body inside my stomach for multiple days, decomposing inside my body. Once you tell the doctor that, they know that's a sepsis. They remove the fetus or the embryo or the baby out of your system. You fucking idiots. That's how that happens. If they were to turn you away and you were to get life and death when you had to get transported back to the hospital and you were here before, that's medical malpractice. You're a filthy rich person. That actual hospital is going to have to pay you out big time. And if you so much die, your family getting paid out. That's how that works. I got to tell y'all about y'all own shit. I told you, we don't give a shit about what y'all do with y'all reproductive rights. But if you bring us into the conversations, we're going to display how fucking idiot you are. How stupid you guys are about this stuff.
It will not just affect women. It will affect you and your sons. The devastating consequences of teen pregnancy won't just be borne by young girls, but also by the young men who are the fathers. They too will have their dreams of going to college. Their entire future is totally upended by an unwanted pregnancy.
Look, see, girls, now they say that men sticking around enough for you to die with an unwanted pregnancy because you got another pregnancy, which this was happening with the girl with the twins. She already had a kid, and she ended up getting pregnant, and the second pregnancy ended up having twins, and she just didn't want that stress. Why? Because the economical situation with the relationship that she had, she may felt like that was going to be too much. So she decided to go to have an abortion, but she went past in Atlanta. I don't think you can have an abortion past 6 weeks. So she went to North Carolina to have an abortion in the hospital there. But she arrived at the clinic after hours. So the ladies couldn't do the actual abortion there. The nurse decided to give her a couple pills. Take these pills, and you won't even have to worry about having a baby. Yeah, but she got two dead bodies or embryos or fetuses that's in her body now, and she got to hope that her body extracts it and pushes it out of the body fighting for its life. She got to hope that all works out. But it all depends. How many weeks are you? Are you so much where it's hard for it to pass through the body, where it's literally part of the body and you need it to be extracted? Of course, that's why you came to North Carolina, to get it extracted. It's too big. It's too much. Too many weeks pass. You're in the 8th, 10th, 12th week, and you trying to take a pill to just kill 2 cells inside your body, 2 babies inside your body, 2 embryos inside your body, 2 fetuses inside your body, and just let it sit there hoping that your body pushes it out? This is crazy. And then if that don't work and you get a major sepsis, and it was bad that when her body started really messing up and breaking down on her, and she got to the hospital, she got there in enough time for them to extract the babies, but they didn't know what was going on, and they was trying to see what the situation was, and they kind of they was doing some kind of tests on her, and then when they seen that, oh, this is a sepsis, whoever that nurse was, whoever the doctor was, they messed up. That was medical malpractice. They deserved to get sued up the wazoo, and I'm pretty sure the family gonna get taken care of. But that was bad decision making all the way through, okay? And it really was bad on the hospital that they didn't, extract the baby in time, or really kind of pay attention to her and pain and all that stuff like that. They should have been a little bit more attentive. But when you got all these illegal immigrants coming in, you got so many people in the hospital, you're tending to too much people, but you need to be tending to this person to really calculate what's going on with her. But when they walked into the hospital, the first thing her mother, her family, everybody, she should have said to the place, I took 2 pills. I took these pills to actually terminate this pregnancy. I'm in this amount of weeks of pregnancy. This is gonna kill me. Okay? Now, if that was said and they still proceeded in the way that they did, please sue the crap out of them. Own part of that hospital, because you can now. Oh, it's in their insurance manual. Trust me. So what she's talking about, you guys don't know what she's talking about. She's using it as she's just telling a random story, a what if story. But this is somebody's life that this really happened to. And it's more context than what she's telling you. But she's using your ignorance against you because she's a ridiculous, stupid, ridiculous, shameless bitch.
If you and your partner are expecting a child, you will be right by her side at the checkups, terrified if her blood pressure is too high, or if there's an issue with the placenta, or if the ultrasound shows that the embryo was implanted in the wrong place, and the doctors aren't sure that they can intervene to keep the woman you love safe. If your wife...
The likelihood of an embryo because of IVF era or some crazy stuff like that. She's conflating multiple different situations into one situation. She knows that if she keeps those things separate, those are not high probable issues that happen to enough women to even be in conversation about. But she's conflating 3 different scenarios. If an embryo got put in the fallopian tube the wrong way, oh, that's bad. And then your lady she starts to bleed and she gets sick and she starts to sweat and you don't know what's going on with your wife and everything. That's another situation for another guy watching his wife have an attack because the actual pills that she took to kill the baby and the sepsis that she having is really bad for her. That situation is totally separate from the fallopian tube situation. And then the situation where the girl goes to North Carolina and gets into a physical situation and she got to get rushed to the hospital and then she dies and everything. That's a whole third situation. And she's conflating them into one scenario. Why? She's triggering you. You're going to vote how I want you to vote. And if you think you're smart enough to not vote for how I want you to vote, I'm going to psychologically manipulate you right now. I'm going to give you psychological propaganda. You will be my slave. And you will vote the way I want you to be. Your beliefs will be the way I want it to be. You won't have an individual perspective. And what is an individual perspective? It's a perspective where you vet this bitch, Julia Roberts, Kamala Harris, your mama, your daddy, your sisters, the city you live in, the civilization you're in, politicians, your favorite movie star, your favorite musician. You vet all of them. You do not take in what their ideology is, their thought process is, until it's vetted. And then you say, you know what? I like that advice. I'll take that advice. I'll take that way of thought. I can utilize that. I can utilize this. I can take this and leave that. That's an individual perspective. And she knows you're too fucking dumb to have one. So they get to trigger you and psychologically manipulate you.
Wife is shivering and bleeding on the operating room table during a routine delivery gone bad. Her pressure dropping as she loses more and more blood, or some unforeseen infection spreads and her doctors aren't sure if they can.
Unforeseen, you got a dead body in your body. You have a dead body in your body for multiple days. Unforeseen, that your body's saying, hey, I got some bacteria in my body. Holy shit, we have to fight for our lives. Your body saying, I got to fight for my cells. I got to fight for my body. The human body, one of the greatest things about the human body, that's why when you get sick, you start to throw up. That's why when you get like ill, stomach ache, you take a major shit or something like that, and your mucus coming out, you coughing and all that stuff. That's your body rejecting poison, rejecting bacteria, rejecting things that are naturally not supposed to be there. So your body does that everywhere from your head to your toes. It rejects foreign cells, foreign chemicals, foreign bacteria, foreign cells, pretty much atoms. So there's no such thing of unforeseen bacteria or infection. It's a dead body that's sitting in your body for 2 fucking months, for 2 days, 3 days, a week, 2 weeks. It's not unforeseen. But see how she's triggering you? You don't have common sense. Even listen to this bitch talk. I don't care what y'all feel. Michelle Obama is not no damn, she ain't Jesus. I gotta watch what I say when I talk about Jesus. Okay? I gotta watch what I say when I talk about God. You get what I'm saying? I gotta watch what I say and talk about my mama or my sisters or my aunties or any females that I know in my life. My girlfriend. I gotta watch what I say about them and make sure I measure that and frame that in a way that I can kind of, just in case they come across this, I need to somewhere have some way to have some kind of rehabilitation from it. But I could call this bitch a bitch because she's a bitch. I don't have to have no respect for her. I could live and die and never meet President Obama and Michelle Obama ever. And the only reason I voted for President Obama both times, I love it. If I had to do it a third time, I would have done it. He was going to be a legitimate black president. That's the goal I wanted. I don't care economically, whatever happens. That's the goal I wanted. It was never in existence, and we had a choice to put it in existence. I'm not voting for the first woman president after the last 4 to 8 years that we went through. This is bad. And women don't like the way that men are allowing society to be. So this is a start for men to get leadership back into households, into the world, and to start take some control back of this crazy world that we live in, because we're going down the rabbit hole. We living in a society that we're letting anything goes. Now, yes, I'm telling you, it's a high probability Trump will lose. Why? He got too much self-sabotaging Republicans still marking that they're Republicans, but they're voting Democrats because they're fake-ass Republicans. I got to hope that a lot of Hispanics, a lot of black men, and a lot of women that are not communicating that they're going to vote for Trump, that they vote for him. And that balances everything out. All the data says that's exactly what's happening. But there's some tricks up the sleeves. What they did in 2020 to have that fake ass election. You get what I'm saying? I can't put nothing past them. Nothing past them. I think it's a major problem that all the Republicans voted early. I think they don't understand. The Democrats got a well-oiled machine. They got very powerful people that think they could do some shady stuff and it's for the greater good. So they don't have no conscience over it. And you guys thinking that they're going to play this game with conscience, and they're not. You're going to have to be there to dot your I's, cross your T's. Why y'all don't, if there should never have been a ballot box drop off without a camera on that ballot box. If there's no camera on any of the ballot boxes, those are fraudulent ballot boxes, because there's no guarantee of the handling, of possession, of what's the situation, how much did somebody drop a ton of them into it. You don't have no proof that it didn't happen that way. You don't have no proof that the ballots that are in that ballot box are legitimate. Why? Because you don't have any proof to say that there are. Once people put it in, once somebody's put in, you don't know what's in there. So if somebody come in and dump a bunch off of them at 3 o'clock in the morning, you don't know. And the possibility of that happening is very high. And if it's a possibility of it, then it's illegal votes. You can't have legitimacy of that because your eyes wasn't on it. If cameras are on it, then you're good. You're okay. It can be analyzed who dropped it off. How many people drop it off? You have enough recordings to the process of the 2 months that has been in existence, and you can evaluate the legitimacy of it. You could do that. But this is ridiculous. So when she's saying this, I'm really pissed, because this is how much control women and bad women have over our society.
Act. You will be the one praying that it's not too late. You will be the one pleading for somebody, anybody, to do something. And then there is the tragic but very real possibility that in the worst case scenario, you just might be the one holding flowers at the funeral. You might be the one left to raise your children along.
Crying with her snots. You disgraceful, ridiculous ass fool. Don't feel sorry for her because she crying. Snots running down her nose. She feel like she's performing, and she got y'all. But this is a dumb bitch. Why? Because they're men that are smarter than her. You know what I'm saying? She would never be where she's at. She'd be some kind of lawyer with no kids or some stuff. Nobody would actually have settled down with her. But President Obama, he had to find a black wife. He was trying to marry a white woman. Read his books, okay? But for the best of his stuff, he had to find a black wife. And she really hated him. She had to grow to love Obama. That's in her own words, okay? This is what I'm talking about, y'all. He gave her 2 beautiful girls, well-educated, fine citizens girls. Everything that President Obama gave to her identity, magnified more than she could have ever conceived. Ever conceived. But the premise is she made Obama. That's the premise. Okay? That she's the one who made Obama. Nope. It's a bunch of white political powerful people with political power and economical power and status power, that they was betting on him way before he met you. That's the truth.
See, these are just some of the ways women die during childbirth.
And I wouldn't have to talk about this and put this in existence, y'all, if she didn't come out and just really, she's kind of really dogging us out. She really kind of going against men and beefing with men. And then that video they slapped down today, that means that they not playing. Man, this speech that she gave this like a week ago or so. We kind of listened to her and said, okay, we're not gonna attack Michelle Obama. Let her talk, and she out there trying to advocate for Kamala because she wants the first woman president. I get it. Black magic. Okay, we get it, and we didn't say nothing. But this bitch, boy, she wilding out, and the stuff she's saying in this is so bad. It was already bad, but boy, now. You're really trying to actually find a way into our household, into our relationships, and make decisions and outcomes in our household. That's what she's using her money and her power and her talent and her influence to do, to come into your house and your relationship and manipulate how that relationship is, and the mindset of that relationship, and the mindset of your partner and women around you, and all kind of stuff. Like this is actually active to women around you. That's somebody that don't really give a shit about her, because her life, no matter what happens, no matter if Trump becomes president and Kamala doesn't, she gonna be in Martha Vineyard in her mansion, Hawaii in her mansion, Washington D.C. in her mansion, LA in her mansion. If Kamala becomes the president, she'll be in Washington, D.C. in her mansion, and Hawaii in her mansion, and New York City, in Washington, D.C. in her mansion, or in LA in her mansion. Or Martha Vineyard in her mansion. Everything goes the same way for them. They're going to get another $200 million from Netflix. I told y'all, no matter what happens, after President Obama became president 2 times, it was nothing that you guys could do to help them or stop them from making $500 million by the time they die. They will have it in cash, liquid. They don't need y'all to feel sorry for them or advocate for them or keep of their name high standard. It's bigger than you could ever give to them. What you doing with your life? Who are you? What's your status? What is your relationship? It goes so fucking bad for us. We need to take more control. That's what I'm here. I'm doing this in my own life right now. I'm going to be the decider of the wrap up of my life. I am not going to allow influences outside of me. No longer. So I'm just here to prove to you, this is another bitch you shouldn't listen to. You may not listen to me, but this may be somebody. I don't care how much you think she is. Everything she got is because of President Obama. Everything. Every growth, every accomplishment, every happiness is because of President Obama. Why? Because she knew he was a great horse. You better keep that horse. That horse gonna win. That's a stallion. That's a great betting horse. That's the only difference. That's what she decided. She didn't bet on herself. She betted on him. That's why she stayed with him. That's why she grew to love him. Into that, how ugly her ass is, that she had the nerve to think that, you ain't no, I'm not attracted to you. You weird. You're a 4 on a best day. Michelle Obama, a 4, okay? With your money in the makeup industry and all the different glitz and glam and expensive stuff that you use, it may put you in like a 5, possible 6 on a like maybe if you take out the weave and stuff. Because I seen you with your real hair, 6, okay? Stephen Samuel 6. And you can fluctuate, okay? Maybe. But your natural existence without the money, without the luxuries, without you actually maintaining your hair and stuff like that, and having the funds to maintain your hair, and the education your mother put in you to maintain a black woman's hair. Without that, 4. Hood rat 4.
And I don't want to be a downer, y'all. But in many cases, there is no warning, and things go bad very quickly. And when it happens, every second of hesitation or delay can lead to devastating outcomes. So I am asking y'all from the core of my being to take our lives seriously.
We did. And we took it so serious that we let you have all the autonomy that you wanted, all the decisions, all the level up, all the woman power, boss babe. And what y'all attacking us right now for it? Y'all hate us because how degenerate and sinful and just completely demonic y'all are. You're blaming men now. But you guys wanted this autonomy. You wanted this freedom. So no, we have thought about what's best for you. And now we got to smack you in your hand and tell you no.
Please, do not put our lives in the hands of politicians, mostly men.
You already did, you dummy. You put your life in the hands of six justices of the Supreme Court, because that's the only reason. That's who passed Roe v. Wade. It's been in existence for 50 years by the decision of 6 people out of all the American citizens that live in this country. 6 people made the decision of Roe v. Wade, and we didn't touch it. It's been over the whole course of existence for 50 years. Y'all been having y'all fun and enjoying it, and you hate men that they didn't stop y'all from being whores and dumb, stupid degenerates. So now we're going to take it upon ourselves to say, okay, this is not working out so well, okay? Because not only do you become a waste and that your life get thrown away and you don't have an evaluation of prosperity in your life, but it's happening to us too now. We don't got prosperity. We don't got enough capital growth in our life because we got to be full-throated. But if we're trying to not lose our marriage and try to keep a good relationship with our wives and stuff and go for our goals, you can't do it. So you got to go for your goals. And you got to be unmercifully go for your goals. And then you need to have your wife or your girlfriend or the woman that's tied to you do whatever it takes to help you succeed in that endeavor. And then that's where the relief comes from. That's when the relaxation comes from. But if men keep trying to have their cake and eat it too, trying to make that women lives are happy, and that the way that she feels and the way that she believes in her life, or look in the mirror and all that stuff, you can never make another human being happy. Only they can make themselves happy. So what you need to do is execute on your goals, execute on your identity, execute on your path. She needs to support that. And if she doesn't, she reaps the benefit of that, or she reaps the consequences of that.
Who have no clue or do not care about what we as women are going through, who don't fully grasp the broad-reaching health implications that their misguided policies will have on our health outcomes.
Yeah, we gave y'all 40, 50 years of doing whatever the hell you want to do with your body, whatever the hell you wanted to do with your reproductive rights, and y'all are trifling as hell, and it's out of control, and y'all got dead bodies in y'all stuff. Y'all getting sepsis. Your wants have fucked you up. I want to hear this stuff.
The only people who have standing to make these decisions are women with the advice of their doctors. We are the ones.
I don't think so. Look, and again, I will remind you, I want y'all to keep going down this rabbit hole of unlimited abortions, unlimited of autonomy over your body, or your reproductive rights. I want you to have as much power that you want to this shit and keep going down this stuff. I want men to think how I'm thinking and let y'all have it. There's enough women on this planet that when y'all go down that rabbit hole and y'all fall into the depths of the degeneracy and hell and regret, we can leave you there by yourself. Have fun.
With the knowledge and experience to know what we need. So please, do not hand our fates over to the likes of Trump, who knows nothing about us, who has shown...
Hey, dumb bitch, we already did hand your faith over to Trump, and he passed Roe v. Wade down to the states so your dumb ass could go to the ballot box and make a decisions, group up with your girls, and y'all all come together and make the decisions. There's more women in every single state than men, and all y'all are voting to the policies of abortions right now. So if it's women that's actually going to the ballot box and they voting for you to only be at 6 weeks, those women that did that, not men. Women did that, you dumb bitch. It's not enough of us in Atlanta to take your abortion rights away from you. That's women partnering with other men and women to take your rights away from you or to minimize how much abortion you have. Why you ain't in Atlanta talking about this bullshit? Or why you ain't in Michigan talking about this shit? Because Michigan, I think we kind of let them go forever. It's a women's thing here. We got better laws in Atlanta. But where your black girl power is in Atlanta, there's a lot of black women that went to the booth and voted against you having unlimited options of abortion. That's what happened. So we hear women having issues with the reproductive rights and all that stuff. Those are women actually voting against you. You need to be talking to your bitches.
Deep contempt for us. Because a vote for...
And look, women, there are great women out there. I'm not talking about you. This episode, as a totality, doesn't talk about the good women and logical women and smart, intelligent women. I'm talking to the majority dumb bitches, okay? The stupid women that don't, even everything I said in this conversation, it's awakening them. And they're finding out, oh my God, I was a dumb bitch. But if this makes sense to you and you're like, oh yeah, but I still want the woman president. Okay, I totally understand that. But at least know. I know. This is going to be a horrible episode. I don't like it. I don't know if it's ever going to be viewed. I don't even got that much viewers on YouTube, but hit the subscribe button, hit the like, follow. Give me your comments too. I'm pretty sure if you come across this video, you'll have a lot of comments on it. But she deserves this. She deserves this smoke. She deserves this smoke. A lot of politician women deserve this smoke. A lot of movie stars, a lot of actors and singers and rappers, they deserve this smoke. A lot of whack-ass men that doing all kind of wild stuff and dominant stuff in their life, and they won't tolerate this shit in their own personal life. But they advocating it for me and your life, females in our life, and the women in our lives. And this is some dumb stuff. This is things that they do not want to do to themselves. These are decisions they don't want to make for themselves if they was in their right mind. But if you're mentally ill, like this bitch is, with the fake crying and the snot running out her nose, manipulating a bunch of people, and everything that she said has no logic to it. I just walked you through everything. We only got about 4 more minutes. But I walked you through everything, and it shows you I'm even knocking out her stuff. And I know that she's an intelligent lady. She went to Stanford. She's been around President Obama. She's been in the White House. She's been the first lady. She got a lot of education. She got good reading. She's really comprehension skill is good. So why is she speaking like this? Because it's either her emotion and this is the depth of her. And she's a really mentally ill woman. Or she's manipulating the shit out of y'all. And she's so snaky that I'm calling her ass out.
Him is a vote against us, against our health, against our is a vote against us. Please do not hand our fates over to the likes of Trump, who knows nothing about us, who has shown deep contempt for us.
Y'all don't know nothing about y'all as black women or black persons. Y'all don't even know. You're destructive to the black race. You're destructive to the black culture. You're a degenerate and you're a shameful. You're like an essay to our culture. I don't know what it would be. Would it be you're like an abusive, harmful, you're so destructive to the black culture and to the black existence. And I'm ashamed. You're President Obama and Michelle Obama. If it's two people that's supposed to be telling us how it is and making sure that we have the utmost respect and integrity and social structure to our families and our people, you guys supposed to be advocating that. But what are you advocating for? For us to be more fucked up, more retarded, make the worst decisions, have the anything goes society. Anything goes society. We are the most degenerate, delinquent, ridiculous social dynamics in this country. We're the bottom of the dumpster now. We are a third-class citizen now. It's white people, Hispanics, and then it's us. And you guys have played 10 to 16 years of damage to the black culture. And you're going to sit there and talk about Trump. He's white. He doesn't know us. We black people. He don't know us like that. Don't listen to him. I ain't listen to your bitch ass. You should be a racist Ku Klux Klan white person. You might as well, because that's the value of you. If somebody logically looking at what y'all did for the last 16 years. And yes, I still would have voted for. I still would have voted for Obama 2 times. I don't care. Even if somebody told me this and showed me who they would have been in 2024 and what the situation they would have done to our culture and our race in 2024, I think in 2008, I still would have voted for him. In 2012, I would have voted for him again. I know that's how bad. Look, that's how mentally ill we are. Okay, we are. We're messed up. Socially, we're messed up. But I'm pointing out that she's a mentally ill person that you should not listen to because she got no control of her mental illness, or she uses it to manipulate you, which that's pretty bad too. But I'm going to tell you one thing I can say for factual that's not hypocritical is that she's a bottom of the dumpster when it comes to the philosophy and our culture and what happens to our culture. The things that she allows, the things that she's favored, the things that she support, the things that she advocate are destroying our culture, are destroying our race. And we are destroying ourselves on policies and idealism of President Obama and Michelle Obama. And I don't know why they don't even analyze themselves and see the damage that they're doing and with their words and psychologically what they're doing. And just be logical and analyze even your speech before you say it. Is that right? Is that true? Is that fully vetted? Does that make sense? Does the dots connect on this? And they're not doing that shit. They just coming out Kalamazoo, Michigan with a bunch of dumb ratchet people just like they are, and they just talking and saying this stuff and nobody analyzing none of the shit that's coming out of her mouth. Nothing. But you can come back to this episode, and it's a harsh episode. I know I'm going to get in trouble for this. I already know. So once I let this go, I know I'm going to get in trouble for it. Okay? I'm going to get flagged on it. But I'll take the greatest thing about America is so many other people that I will never ever need President Obama or Michelle Obama. Okay? I get my assistance from other people. I get my community from somebody else, not them. I'm taking a bet on that.
Because a vote for him is a vote against us, against our health.
No, not against your health, because I don't want nothing to happen to my mother. I don't want nothing to happen to my sisters. I don't want to happen to my nieces. I don't want nothing to happen to my aunties or the other women that I love and care about in my life. I don't want nothing to happen to them. But I'm voting against you. And if I'm voting against women, if I vote for Trump, then I'm going to vote against women because y'all out of control. This shit gotta be, we gotta put this back in order. It is out of control. Okay, this is out of control. Come on, you got, and I'm not, y'all gotta know I'm telling the truth. Y'all out of control. The boss babe syndromes, the passive aggressive, the anger that you women hate men for because they let you have too much rope and then you don't even communicate about it. You just build this horrible marriage and a relationship and then you break up the homes and it's just too much of y'all. It's too much of y'all, not enough of us. Too much of y'all, not enough of us. And if we're going to get this shit back in control, we got to vote against you. Because, boy, Kamala is the poster child for a fucked up woman.
Against our worth. And let me tell you all, to think that the men that we love could be either unaware or indifferent to our plight.
Oh, bitch, we are very aware of what we doing. I don't know about other men. They may like Trump. They may like the richness. They may like the money that he put in their pocket. But I'm very aware why we have to vote for Trump right now. I don't know. I just believe if everything is what I'm seeing, is that he's going to win. But if not, y'all got power, unimaginable power. And I think it's just the end of this country. I think it's the end of our people. I think it's just it because the crazy thing that's going on is as destructive as the America gets and like the fabric of America, the decline and the destruction and the destroying of America, actual black people are getting destroyed too. Our culture, our genetics, our meaning, our value, our purpose is getting destroyed as the country gets destroyed. And I think what comes up is, you know, gonna have a lot of Will Smiths. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a lot of beautiful mixed kids and stuff like that and all that. It's gonna be great. Be great. Great. New. Maybe it's like for us to be destroyed. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm just saying the way it's going now, keep this up. Like a lot of black Americans, there ain't not gonna be a lot of us. And we won't play a factor in how things are going either. I know I'm touching on some hardcore stuff. You get what I'm saying? I'm a favor of mixing. I'm a big fan of that. I think I'm a filmmaker, so some of the greatest like specimens to be in your front of your camera is mixed kids and mixed people. Mixed like just some mixed genetics. It's so cinematic. It's beautiful. So you don't get me to say that I don't like the mixing of the races. I'm not gonna sit here and say that. I'm just saying we're destroying and we're beating down and we're showing so much disrespect to the average black American that we're starting to not even care about their existence, and our subconscious is making us fight against them or destroy them or delete them, that they don't even be in existence in the next 20 to 30 years. So that's a whole thing that I'm talking about. And whew, that's how bad what she's talking about. It's a lot of context to what she's saying. And I'm trying to communicate it. That's why I keep stopping when she says something that triggers me. And I forgot to warn you guys. I am triggered by Michelle Obama. Every time I see her, every time I hear her voice, I'm triggered. This is a dumb episode for me to do because I'm extremely triggered by Michelle Obama. Why? Because I think she's so out of order. I think she's always been out of order. You get what I'm saying? It tells you how powerful becoming a senator and becoming a president in the corporate world is. That you have to have that wife and you have to have a certain kind of family orientation in order for you to be able to climb the ladders and for you to be respected and everything like that. If President Obama had a white wife, I don't think he would have went far. Okay? He needed a black wife. And he so happened to get the perfect black wife that would be the actual embodiment of how fucked up our society as a black culture is. And she will allow herself to give us great context and presentation to show you men don't want no fucking woman like this. No men want no woman like this. Obama was great and phenomenal on his own, and he was always going to be that way. The manufacturing package of his family may have helped him a little bit, but it still didn't stop what he was already progressively going to do. And he was always going to be a politician. He was always going to pretty much get to the presidency if he could. Okay? He wasn't a first-term senator turned president for nothing. That meant he already put himself in the right place, in the right surroundings, everything through college, through local politics in the Chicago Congress or whatever position that he had in. I think it was a congressman in Chicago, and then that took him to the state Senate. And that already put him in a place that he moved fast. Trust me, Obama moved to presidency fast. That's why he was able to become president in his 40s. Okay, say by accident, y'all. Y'all too dumb to figure this out in your life and to actually partner with people and strategically go something. And if somebody's gonna throw you off, you push them out. Like, we try to keep our family together. We try to keep our friends tight. We try to keep our circles tight. But sometimes those people could be a hindering to how fast you can move up. And that, it happens to us all because we don't get built like this. But his grandfather, white grandfather, told him, I'm putting you in this private school because if you grow up with these people from grade school to high school, because he went through the same private school all the way up from grade school to high school. He said, once you get through making friends with these people, you'll never need other friends again. They're going to make sure you become great and successful. And that's what happened. That's what his grandfather did. His grandfather superimposed that situation on him and the conditions of his life when he was 8 to 10 years old. Told him that. So when he put him in that private school, he went all the way up to high school and then went to college in Hawaii. And then he went to Chicago, to Harvard, and all that stuff like that. This ain't something that, just President Obama was so great. He was so great because of the school that his grandfather put him into, his white grandfather put him into, the philosophical thought process that his white grandfather put him in. The socialist, ideological stuff that his mother was putting into him, from Howard Wallace, Henry Wallace, and Saul Alinsky, and all that ideology stuff. And that will put President Obama to where he's at today. It's no accident. And Michelle Obama played a 20% factor to that, okay? But the mythology and the propaganda that he even has to communicate and never go off on her I'm pretty sure they probably went off on him. He probably had to tell her, hey, you ain't make me, I made me. Pretty sure he had to have that conversation. But when she comes out like this, 2024, when it's men against women, when y'all trying to destroy us, and the last chance we have to is take control of this car, is this election, this is the worst time for y'all to want to become president. But now that's what they did. They really don't want Trump to become president. So the best thing they could have did to make this a really hard thing for men and women and psychologically for people for historical value is they put the situation is, are you trying to take the presidency away from a woman? And if that's the situation between my prosperity and my family prosperity, and then us men taking control of our lives again, and for women to hate us, stop hating us for something that they asked for and we gave it to them. And because, yeah, we gave you your freedom. We gave you your prosperity. We gave you your level up. We gave you all that. Why? Because men have to threaten other men not to take your freedom and your women's rights away from you. So other men are willing to kill and murder other men to allow women to have freedom of speech, freedom to work, freedom to vote, freedom to have autonomy over their body, their reproductive rights. Other men have to take, because men can just take it. They don't even have to give you it. You need the permission of men to do all this stuff y'all been doing for the last 40, 50 years. But what happened? You guys hate us for it. You guys telling us to level up. You telling us to take control. Be a man. Be a man. Okay. We're going to go to the ballot box. November 5th, 2024, we're going to be a man. We're going to vote for Donald J. Trump.
And let me tell you all, to think that the men that we love could be either unaware or indifferent to our plight is simply heartbreaking.
We got a harder plight, but we know what plight you guys get into, so we decided to let you do whatever you wanted to do for 50 years. Not working out for families, relationships, marriages, even the birth rate of the Black Americans is not working out. Y'all out of control.
It is a sad statement about our value as women in this world.
Yeah.
It is both a setback in our quest for equity and a huge blow to our country's standing as a world leader on issues of women's health and gender equality. So fellas, before you cast your votes, ask yourselves, what side of history do you want to be on? Now, I recognize that there are a lot of angry, disillusioned people out there, upset with the slow pace of change.
Slow pace of change. What does that mean? What does that mean? Like I don't know what that means. Like we like our money or something like that, or that we got to go through the crazy shit y'all been doing for the last 40 years and how y'all been destroying our families and our relationships and how we even conduct ourselves with men and women, and men don't even want to, like, we on pins and needles just to walk up to you and have a conversation with you and talk to you. Average man walks up to a woman, hey, you got what kind of job you got? What kind of car you driving? How much money in your bank account? What's your credit score? That kind of shit we got to deal with. That's the sum of the last 40, 50 years of us letting y'all have total control of yourself and y'all decisions and who y'all fall in love with and who y'all have sex with and what y'all doing with y'all body and stuff. That's a sum of it. Total disrespect. Treating men like they garbage, like they ain't nothing, like they don't have no ability, no kind of advancement. We are kings. And we have suppressed our kingdoms. Even us making kingdoms in our lives, we have suppressed that for 40, 50 years. And yes, We should be absolutely a command of our lives to want that for ourselves, and ain't got nothing to do with you. But you guys are so wild that you dogging out men for not dogging y'all out, for not taking the leadership role, for not being dominant over their household, for not being command of their own life, and you guys decide if you want to leave or tag along. That we wasn't that focused and that determined. Y'all shaming us for it. So we looked at your plight. We dealt with y'all bullshit and the change, slow progress. No, we're men. We're conquerors. We'll take the progress.
And I get it. It is reasonable to be frustrated. We all know we have a lot more work to do in this country.
No, we don't.
But to anyone out there thinking about sitting out this election or voting,
ain't nobody sitting out this election. We all go vote. And if there are men out there about to sit out, vote for Trump. Waste your vote, dog. Waste your vote on Trump. Why? Because he's a man. And subconsciously, he don't think like a man. Okay? Because so far, we've been really moving like women. And we've been President Obama, Clinton, even Bush, he's a bitch. And we've been really allowing this country and policies in a way and emotional, crazy stuff. That's why we've been in so many wars and all this other stuff. We've been moving so much with emotion and just theories and thought process. Nope. Only logic. Only common sense. That's what we're doing. And the great thing about Trump, that's why they hate him so much. He's very common sense. So get your pen and paper out. If you didn't understand what he did the first 4 years, get your pen and paper out. Because I think it's a work of art what he did the 4 years. And you get the chance to see it again. But this time, you get to write it and apply it in your life.
for Donald Trump or a third-party candidate in protest because you're fed up?
Ain't nobody protesting against no woman. Y'all don't matter like that. We gotta stop pretending like y'all do, because that didn't work out for us. Not for just women. It didn't work. Not just for men. It didn't work out for both of us, women or men. Women hate the power and freedom and responsibility that we're putting on the shoulder of women. And when you become in the workforce, you got to remember, 90% of the workforce was men. 90%. You had a secretary here or there, something like that, stuff like that in the workforce. But 90% was men for the last 200 years out of our actual society. 90% of the workforce was men. In order for us to let 50% of the human population, women, now it's 50 to 60, come into the workforce, that meant men had to lose jobs that men would normally do, but women are starting to do them now because they come in for a lower pay. The owner of that company don't have to pay this man his salary or give him raises and all that other stuff. So it's a competition for that dollar. So for the same job that you could have hired a person for $1, you don't have to hire him for $1 now. You can hire him for 50 cents. Why? Because you got twice the workforce coming in for that job. So now the value of that workforce that the man would have had to pay $1 for that job to take care of his whole family, he only get paid 50%. So that makes him half the ability to take care of his family now. This will happen with bringing women in the workforce. And it's okay if women didn't. Y'all hate it. Y'all regret it. Y'all pissed about it. So crazy. Y'all so wild with money now that you're going on OnlyFans making like $100,000 a month. And ain't no man can compete with that. So now you just went down the rabbit hole of being alone. Even women in their own personal growth and hair salons and companies and products and all this stuff and real estate and everything, they making so much money because companies like to have a more of a woman workforce in their workforce. So men are having more women going to different companies, work for different companies, because it's easier to hire have women work in there, because you got a certain amount of men work there. So you got 3 to 5 men work there. You hire 3 women to work there, and the average people, this is their life. So you got a woman that's making twice the amount of money that her man is making. She comes home, she feels that this is not what they call that stupid. It's a stupid social media vernacular for this. What do you call it? Equally yoked. Okay. So that's the situation we got here. I could go on this forever. We got 3 minutes to go with this lady doing this bullshit. I'm just letting y'all know. We taking the keys now.
Let me warn you, your rage does not exist in a vacuum. If we don't get this election right,
I think we're past the rage. I think we've been going through rage for like the like maybe the early 2000s, probably maybe the last couple decades. We've been going through rage. It's been very rage. Okay, now we're actually we're applying what we learned. That's what we're doing.
your wife, your daughter, your mother, we as women will become collateral damage to your rage.
No, you won't. That's you and your crazy stuff. She's not applying your life to her context, to her theories and stuff like that. She's not. You women out there, y'all struggling and y'all going through. Y'all can't find a man to settle down with y'all and all this stuff like that. And she's not applying the inconsistency. How many times you guys had a man that you could have came together, asked him, hey, what your goals are? What are you trying to accomplish? What's the thing you're trying to do to take care of all of us, to take care of the family and stuff like that? And whatever he say, you take your ass to work, you come home and you do whatever you can to apply your energy, your finance, your life to what he's trying to accomplish. Because the faster he gets to what he's trying to accomplish, you're living in Michelle Obama's life. Walk around talking shit with no context. You can go ahead and do that. But when you guys are staying divided, when you're deciding that you don't want to level up with a man, you don't want to support a man, you don't want to be there to help and be the helpmeet of a man, you're destroying our culture, you're destroying our society. And men are trying to fight against that. So that's why we're voting for Trump. We're trying to right this ship right. Okay? Stop being in our way.
So are you as men prepared to look into the eyes of the women and children you love and tell them that you supported this assault on our safety?
It's not assault on your safety. That's her words. Not my words. We're just putting you guys in your place and stopping you from crashing out. We're stopping y'all from just doing a crash dummy situation. Because boy, y'all out of control.
And to the women listening, we have every right to demand that the men in our lives do better by us.
You don't got no right to demand shit. That's the problem. Y'all been demanding it for 40, 50 years. And I don't understand. Your women never get enough. You're never satisfied. For 40, 50 years, you've been doing and demanded a lot of shit, and you hate us for it. And now, because it's the possibility to have the first woman president, you really want us to crash out. It just so happened to be that men are logically genetically something innate in us telling, am I voting for a woman to lead me? Well, that hasn't worked out for 50 fucking years. It's enough. It's enough. We're not voting for women to lead us. Okay? It's not. Yeah, but I understand. The turn of the world is if Kamala wins. That's the new world, y'all. And there's no turning back.
We have to use our voices to make these choices clear to the men that we love Our lives are worth more than their anger and disappointment. And we are...
Well, we don't have no anger and no disappointment. We got disappointment because y'all crazy. Y'all wilding out. But you don't mean more than nothing. You get what I'm saying? You don't mean more than... all the stuff that you guys want, you had it. And we give it to you on a day-to-day basis. And we fight when we come short, it beats us down and we almost destroy ourselves in order to find some kind of equilibrium with finding something good for you guys or finding some middle ground. And all that did was stop us from progressing in something that we could have accomplished all by now if we didn't have to worry about your discomfort or your sadness and all that other stuff. So you're never satisfied. So try to satisfy you, and we could have won by now if we didn't try to satisfy you. It's time to not satisfy you. And especially when you, hey, look. We were all leveling up like crazy. Our money was moving really good when President Trump was in office. And it got paused. We didn't mind a pause when he lost, but we didn't know that the damage that Kamala and Biden would have did, and then the women feminist movement would have went so radical. Now men are getting destroyed economically just because they're men. It's like the 1950s racism against men by women right now. And we like, holy shit. Why y'all trying to destroy us? That can't be your best outcome. And then you got most women saying, we want an alpha man, we want a real man and other. Why are you destroying the real man then? Crazy stuff. But we almost done here, y'all. 2 minutes.
more than just baby-making vessels.
She could say that after two beautiful girls and had a full life and created a full family. And you ratchet, retarded ass women in that audience, you're dried up, you're useless. Okay? I don't understand why you're cheering for that. That's crazy. Now, most women don't decide to not have kids. That's okay, but make that decision. Don't act like she's giving you something that was really good advice. Like, oh, we not no baby making vessels. She was, and she happy that she was. One of the greatest, I'm sure if you ask her, you put her in a lie detector test, that would be one of the greatest things that ever happened in her life, having her two daughters. And what do y'all got to show for it?
And if you are a woman who lives in a household of men that don't listen to you or value your opinion, just remember that
we value your opinion. We take it in consideration, but we make sure that we don't. We evaluate it. We vet it. We don't just let you say what you want to say. We vet it. We talk about it. We communicate. We do the sporadic method about it. We not gonna just let you say shit and we just kind of like support whatever you say. You're a woman. Most of the stuff that come out your mouth and the things that y'all do is not logical. It's very emotional. So why would we do that? That's stupid.
Vote is a private matter.
You hear that shit?
Just remember that your vote is a private matter.
She couldn't even say that. She knew that was crossing the line. She knew that was crossing the line so much she couldn't even say it all the way. That's how fucking disrespectful this bitch is.
And if you are a woman who lives in a household of men that don't listen to you or value your opinion, just remember that your vote is a private matter.
You see how she said that? She knew it was the extremity. It was the crossing the line. So, I have every right to come out like this because she knew that was crossing the line. Even how her physicality was when she said that, she knew this is devil stuff. This is crossing the line. This is evil. This is demonic. This is Looney Tune.
Of men that don't listen to you or value your opinion. Just remember that your vote is a private matter. Regardless of the political views of your partner, you get to choose. You get to use your judgment and cast your vote for yourself and the women in your life. Remember, women, standing up for what is best for us can make the difference in this election. So let us use our voices in these final days to make it plain to the men in our lives that we need to stand not with Trump, but with us. We need them to vote for the only candidate in this race who will protect our lives. We need them to vote for Kamala Harris. She will fight to restore our reproductive freedoms and defend our health. Kamala will fight for our access to life-saving emergency care and maternal care in every state. Kamala will veto any abortion ban or bill that restricts access to contraception or IVF. Kamala will expand access to birth control and abortion pills. And she will do all of this not because she's a woman, but because she's a decent human being.
Yeah, that you would think she is. But if you go look at her record, if you go talk to people that dealt with her in San Francisco and California, her staff in the White House, she got 92% turnover. Meaning 92% of her staff quit on her. They quit their job on her. 92%. Okay? She's a wild lady. Okay? She's mentally ill. And plus, this bitch talking about all this black love, black. He doesn't know us. She married a white man. White man, okay? And that's a chosen white man that she married because his economic status and his power and everything. She chose to marry that white man. So don't tell me about her love for black people. She don't give a shit. We're a joke to Kamala. She goes to church and make fun of us and pretend like she down with us. All the little social events, she does weird accents and stuff to mimic us. Talking about cleaning fucking collard greens in a bathtub. It's like y'all so fucking retarded. She think we're a joke, and she got evidence that shows that we have a joke. I can show y'all some stuff, but it's out there. Go do your research. Okay? Last 20 seconds.
She will do this because she cares about the lives of people other than herself. And that's really what this election is about, Michigan. This isn't just about what we have an obligation to say no to. It's about what we have the opportunity to say yes to.
Okay, that's enough of this retard, okay? I wanted to kind of just give a little bit of perspective to the most important thing in her speech, that whack-ass shit. Yeah, I know. This is a hard one. This is a hard one, okay? Don't listen to women like this. She's troubled. She got a problem, okay? And the reason why I'm coming out like this is because of this ad.
Where women still have a right to choose.
Your turn, honey.
In the one place in America where women still have a right to choose. You can vote any way you want. And no one will ever know.
Did you make the right choice?
Sure did, honey.
Remember, what happens in the booth stays in the booth. Vote Harris Walls. Vote Common Good is responsible for the contents of this ad.
That's so crazy. It's so out of control. But look, that's the warfare we're dealing with. The psychological manipulation. And she's, oh, yes, I did. And if you think I'm only lying to you in this situation, you think I'm only been deceiving in this situation, you think I'm being unloyal to you in this situation, you think I'm going against our best, going against our best selves or our best outcome or what's better for us in our life and you think I'm only doing this to us? You think I'm being so passive aggressive to this situation? No, I'm going to do it to you in other situations. It's crazy. It's out of control. Out of control. Look, I'm going to end this by letting you ladies know. It's not all ladies. It's not all ladies. It's great, phenomenal women out here. I know a lot of them. I picked the women around me pretty wisely. Okay? Okay? Whoever my female friends are, my girlfriend, all this stuff, I pick very wisely. And they got to have an understanding of pretty much what my mindset is, okay? But I'm going to let you show you. I'm going to play this last video for you. It's about 1 minute. And this to show you that there are great women out here. And they kind of fall into respect for themselves, respect to the culture, respect to how what's the better path for our genetics and our race and our genders and everything. It's a common sense way about it. And I think this is a good representation of that. Okay? Well, let's do this.
In 2020, I was elected at 18 to become one of the youngest delegates to the Democratic National Convention on behalf of my district. And in 2024, I was elected again to return to the DNC as a delegate. But this year, I'm casting my ballot for Donald Trump. You see, after I was elected in March, which was before Joe Biden's debate, I wanted to go to the DNC because I wanted answers on free speech issues, the border, and the economy. However, after reflecting on my time at the DNC, I realized that it was no longer the party of free speech and civil liberties that it used to be. In fact, Patrick Henry once said that the liberties of a people never were, nor ever will be secure when the transactions of their rulers may be concealed from them. And for the rulers of the Democratic Party elite to install Kamala Harris as the presidential nominee via stripping the vote of 14 million Americans, including their own delegates such as myself, well, that was a decision in a transaction that was concealed. And now I'm happy to say that I'm officially joining the Republican Party as a constitutional conservative. In 2020, I was elected at 18 to become one of the youngest delegates to the Democratic National Convention on behalf of my district. And in 2024, I was elected again to return to the DNC as a delegate. But this year, I'm casting my ballot for Donald Trump. You see, after I was elected in March, which was before Joe Biden's debate, I wanted to go to the DNC because I wanted answers on free speech issues, the border, and the economy. However, after reflecting on my time at the DNC, I realized that it was no longer the party of free speech and civil liberties that it used to be. In fact, Patrick Henry once said that the liberties of a people never were, nor ever will be secure when the transactions of their rulers may be concealed.
Okay. And I mean, I like what she was saying. You know, maybe I should let that finish up. I'm sorry. But look, I'm just showing you guys. Good. It's good representation out here, y'all. Everybody ain't out of control. Okay?
May be concealed from them. And for the rulers of the Democratic Party elite to install Kamala said that the liberties of a people no longer the party of free speech and civil.
Kind of letting it catch up. There we go.
Civil liberties that it used to be. In fact, Patrick Henry once said that the liberties of a people never were, nor ever will be secure when the transactions of their rulers may be concealed from them. And for the rulers of the Democratic Party elite to install Kamala Harris as the presidential nominee via stripping the vote of 14 million Americans, including their own delegates such as myself, well, that was a decision in a transaction that was concealed. And now I'm happy to say that I'm officially joining the Republican Party as a constitutional conservative. In 2020, I was elected at 8.
That's beautiful. That's great. Okay? I don't know why I keep looping, but that's great. See? Great representation out there of great women, strong, highly educated, good women out there, okay? You know, she's like, she no baby incubator. She's out there doing her thing, and she's very educated, but she knows right and wrong. She knows catastrophic mindset for a culture that's going to destroy us all. You get what I'm saying? And come on. So I'm just showing you the representation out there, okay? So, okay, this was enough. The gender war has begun, okay? They say it's over, but no, it's really begun. And one of the first battlefield wars that we're going to have to win is this election, okay? So Trump 2024, I don't know if he's going to win. It's too corrupt. And it's a society that's pretty much built for like a shameless society. And so much anything goes. But anyway, I'm done. I'm going to let you guys go. It's pretty late. My name is Daris D. McKinney. This is Individual Perspective Podcast. Subscribe, like, follow the channel. Hit the descriptions in the bottom to check out my Rumbles, because that's where I did hundreds of hours of podcasting and everything like that. We're trying to do a panel for the election. So if you guys can, please help us out. Hit the Cash App, the PayPal. Venmo is the same address almost, but I'll put that on later. Thank you for your time. We're about to do it. I know this was a harsh episode. This was really brutal. And I know I was very verbal and I used a lot of profanity and I didn't show a lot of decorum. I understand that. But I think the gauntlet was put down, you know, they smacked me with the I do a duel. And I got triggered. I told you Michelle Obama triggers me pretty hardcore. So check you guys out. See you on the next episode.